Fans of Days of Our Lives who tune in for the week of February 10th to 14th are in for a whirlwind of drama. The layers of deception are thick, the emotional stakes are high, and for those caught in the middle, every decision could mean the difference between salvation and disaster. As the story unfolds, Ava Vitali finds herself trapped in a dire predicament. Once perceived by some in Salem as a complicated woman who had managed to keep her life in balance, albeit precariously, Ava has now fallen into the clutches of Kristen DiMera. In a town known for its secrets and shifting alliances, Kristen's name alone can inspire fear or admiration, depending on who you ask. She's always been a figure capable of monumental schemes, with a talent for manipulation that leaves many in Salem wary of her next move. This time, she has Ava exactly where she wants her. For Ava, the initial sight of a familiar face might have brought a momentary flicker of relief. After all, in a world filled with danger and unknown threats, encountering someone she recognizes could have been a good sign. But Kristen's involvement quickly proves to be more curse than blessing. Once Ava realizes that Kristen's motivations are far from innocent, her glimmer of hope vanishes. Kristen's unpredictability and her own habit of hiding critical secrets mean Ava is essentially walking a tightrope, never sure if her next step will spare her or seal her fate. How did Ava end up in this situation? It began, perhaps, with small lies and carefully concealed truths. Over the years, Ava has been entangled in many dramas and has made her share of enemies. Her past interactions with numerous Salem residents, including the unpredictable DiMera clan, have often left her with shaky alliances at best. As she struggles to maintain her composure in the face of Kristen's schemes, Ava must use all her cunning. Yet this time, she might be up against an adversary who is several steps ahead. Kristen, for her part, is harboring plans she refuses to fully reveal. Those shadowy designs create a dangerous space where any misstep could bring everything tumbling down. Meanwhile, far away from the immediate threat, Brady Black grows more and more concerned about Ava's unusual silence. Brady is no stranger to heartbreak, betrayal, and the complicated history that so many in Salem share. When something feels off, he's rarely one to ignore it. Initially, he thought Ava might be out of town on legitimate business, possibly in Hong Kong. But a casual conversation with Trip Johnson raised flags that Brady could not easily dismiss. Trip, honest to a fault and often unaware of the impact of a seemingly innocent remark, let slip that Ava's supposed trip to Hong Kong might be nothing more than a smokescreen. This revelation propels Brady into an unofficial investigation. Though he is well-meaning, his search for the truth can put him directly in harm's way. Brady knows better than most that once you start poking around Salem's dark corners, you may not like what you find. Yet the same quality that makes him a devoted son, father, and friend, his fierce loyalty, also drives him to keep digging until he finds real answers. Will he get too close to exposing Kristen's dangerous game? And if so, can he survive any confrontation that might result from learning too much? In another part of Salem, a haunting figure known only as the Woman in White emerges. This mysterious presence, seen by just a few and connected in some way to Kristen's activities, provokes countless questions. Speculation runs rampant. Is she truly Kristen's long-lost mother? If so, how and why would she reappear now, in the midst of one of the most tense weeks Salem has seen in a while? Kristen's past is riddled with complex relationships, including matters that go back generations. If the Woman in White is indeed who some fear she is, her actions could reshape Kristen's world forever, igniting powerful familial bonds, resentments, or both. What intensifies the sense of impending doom is the part that young Rachel Black plays in all this. Barely comprehending the gravity of the situation, Rachel followed cryptic instructions from the Woman in White, sending misleading text messages to make it look as though Ava was safe and sound, away in Hong Kong on an innocent trip. For a young girl, it may have seemed like a harmless favor, something done to help a family friend, or possibly to please an authority figure. But that small action has now become a critical piece of a larger puzzle, masking Ava's disappearance and prolonging her captivity. If Rachel realizes the full impact of her lie, she'll face a difficult moral choice. Come clean to Brady and risk a major fallout, or stay silent to protect those who may or may not deserve it. For a child in Salem, such dilemmas can have life-changing consequences. Yet the drama doesn't end with Ava, Kristen, and the woman in white. Elsewhere in town, Chad DiMera is quietly maneuvering through his own emotional challenges. He carries the weight of a tragic past and the need to protect his family's name. Enter Kat Green, a newcomer whose presence has been stirring whispers among those who keep a close eye on Salem's social orbit. Kat appears to offer Chad comfort, a friendly ear, and a distraction from his lingering grief. But whether she is simply an empathetic newcomer or someone with undisclosed motives remains uncertain. In Salem, people often show up at precisely the right moment with precisely the right words, which can be more than a little suspicious. Chad, having experienced betrayal more than once, is hesitant. Even so, his own vulnerabilities might make him overlook red flags. The heartache he's endured over the years has left him longing for genuine human connection, something Kat seems eager to provide. He must decide whether it's safe to trust again or better to keep a polite distance. With so much deception swirling around the DiMera name, those who choose to get close to Chad might not be revealing their true colors until it's too late. As the puzzle pieces from these various storylines begin to align, the tension across Salem reaches a fever pitch. Brady's quest to unearth the truth about Ava's disappearance could lead him into a lion's den. If he stumbles onto Kristen's secret before she's ready to divulge it, he might end up in as much danger as Ava herself. Meanwhile, Kristen is caught at a crossroads between her devotion to certain family members and her often misguided attempts to secure what she believes she deserves. If the woman in white successfully pushes Kristen down a darker path, Ava's life may hang by an even more precarious thread. Adding to the swirling uncertainty, Rachel's predicament stands as a poignant reminder of how easily innocence can be manipulated in Salem. Her role in covering up Ava's predicament might seem minor, but in a place where every rumor, every text, and every chance meeting can set off a major chain reaction, one small lie can alter lives. Whether or not Rachel confesses will be a defining moment, potentially affecting her relationship with her father for years to come. All the while, Chad and Kat's subtle dance of friendship, or possibly romance, could either offer a glimmer of hope in an otherwise dark time or turn into yet another shocking revelation. In Salem, good intentions can quickly turn sour when hidden agendas and unresolved past traumas bubble up to the surface. Kat's reasons for gravitating toward Chad could be entirely innocent, but with so many heartbreaks behind him, Chad must tread carefully. By the end of this explosive week, Salem's residents may find themselves asking more questions than ever before. Is Ava resilient enough to outmaneuver her captors? Will Kristen finally come face to face with her own conscience? Or will she plunge deeper into moral chaos if the woman in white is indeed someone from her past? Will Brady manage to piece things together without sacrificing his own safety or that of his loved ones? And how many hidden motives will rise to the surface before the dust settles?